First thing he said, he goes, I want a purple 68 Charger.
Okay.
I said, all right, cool, do a purple 68 Charger, let's go.
So we talked about this wide body car. There's another wide body car in the same booth that you built.
Yeah.
Let's head over to that because it's like twice as big. It's hard to ignore.
Yeah, dude.
So let's head over to
It really is
Violent,
twice as big.
right?
So we, again, built this for another really good client of ours. You know, he said he wanted a different style of Charger, right?
Okay.
And Nostalgia Hot Rods, we build a lot of B-bodies,
Yeah.
right? So, and it's hard to compete, you know, with the B-bodies I built in the past when you build a car like we did Roid Runner.
Yeah.
And that thing is on a whole nother level of its own, right?
It's on roids.
Yeah, it's on roids, dude. So we went a little crazy. You know, the car wasn't supposed to be widened like this.
This is a very wide car. We'll
Yeah.
get into that. But
yeah, it was just supposed to be a nice car, but then like my mind starts going wild,
yeah.
right?
And then he says, oh, you can?
Yeah, and then he's like, what are we gonna, you know, I asked him, what are we gonna name it? He sends me this list of names that he came up with, and I said, dude, I think Violent works, man. It's purple.
Yeah.
Dude, I cut the quarter panel off this thing. I added 3.5 inches to each quarter panel.
This is crazy.
Right?
These Chargers naturally had that Coke bottle, right?
Look, yeah.
So you kept that.
Yeah,
you accentuated it.
I accentuated the Coke bottle. And if you get down and you look at that body line, dude, from back to front, like it is ridiculous, right? But we had some challenges in doing that, man. Like after we did the quarter, and then we're like, dude, how are we gonna make the door cohesive with the quarter, right?
Well,
took the door off, threw it in the trash, built a brand new door.
Oh, wow.
Right? I mean, handmade door hinges to get around the fender at that point. One of my other fabricators, his name's Jason, been with me a long time, and he's like, dude, the roof don't look right now that we've done all this, man. What are we gonna do to the roof? And I'm like, oh my God, we're getting into the roof. So we decided to chop the roof 3/8 of an inch, pull the pillar back, cut the drip rails off, build our own little body line on the drip rail. And yeah, man, and it just was like domino effect, but crazy. Here we are.
I will say, so you said like stand here and look at the car. So the Coke bottle effect, I always call it, like some of the factory cars had it too, it's called like quilting on the door.
Yeah.
Where the door looks flat and the fenders go into it. And if you have a metallic paint job, that's a nightmare, right?
Yeah, dude.
So you guys nailed it with making that line completely flow. It's still Coke bottle, but it pinches in exactly where it's supposed to.
Yeah, dude. And then the color, man, the color, this purple, right? House of Colors.
Yeah.
This is their
This is a wild color.
This is their candy purple, but he wanted it more vibrant and like almost wanted it like purple chrome in a sense.
Yeah.
Right? So dude, we did a lot of messing around with this paint to make it look the way it does. And I think we nailed it, and
it looks so good.
Full carbon hood.
So this is a Speedtech chassis as well,
yeah,
right?
On a Speedtech chassis, full push rod independent rear, Willwood brakes, of course Dapper Lighting. I mean, Ben, the back of this car, dude.
Yeah, those Infiniti
taillights
are
disgusting.
Sick.
Yeah,
They're
dude,
super sick.
The whole front end being red and just sinister, dude. Yeah. Like it's gnarly, dude. Violent.
You know, those headlights make so much sense too. You know, like the modern Chargers, the Challengers, they have that.
Yes.
And so when you do a Speedtech chassis, this is like full custom floors.
Yeah, full. So how Speedtech typically does it, we did it a little bit different. Speedtech, you cut the floors out. They give you a set of floors.
Okay.
Right? We cut it all out. We body drop the car over the chassis over an inch.
Okay.
Right? To make the car appear lower than it is. Yeah. Keep the ground clearance of the chassis up.
Okay.
And
so your whole drivetrain is tucked up now.
Tucked up. Yep.
Very cool. So, yeah, you can't get this low and still drive the car like that static at least, right?
So right now we have a 3.5 inch ground clearance to our lowest point. But yeah, that's what we decided to do, and then putting a 1,000 horsepower Hellcat in it with we got a Gearstar 4L80E in it.
Okay, pistol grip still.
Yeah,
big Mopar thing.
Big Mopar thing. Yep. I had to keep a pistol grip in it. We went B&M.
It looks really
come on, Hurst B&M, 1968, 1969, 70. That's what they were in. So
cool.
But we wanted an automatic, and so we gave him an automatic.
And this engine bay is completely fabricated out as far as the shrouds. There's venting for the heat. You guys covered up some of those ugly Chrysler valve covers that they come with. And then recoated, basically paint matched all the stuff to look like it matches the bumpers, it matches the stripe in the back. Everything is cohesive.
Yep. So we decided on the side vents, they matched the the doors,
Oh,
right?
okay,
the door
right.
opening.
Yeah, that kind of venting or that
the shape.
the cove,
The
whatever
cove,
they call
yeah.
it.
Again, we paint match the entire block, blower, air intake. You know, I'd like to see this thing make, you know, 850, 900 to the rear tire.
I bet it will. These things are torque monsters.
Yeah, dude.
Well, like the outside, you took the best looking Charger, the 68, and you played upon the stuff that made it look cool and just exaggerated it.
Exaggerated, yeah, dude. It almost looks a little like fake.
Well, it does look like if like the original designer had his way of this car, like he probably would have had it this big and wide and mean looking, right?
Yeah, dude. Chris Horton designed this entire car.
Oh, cool.
So Cars by Chris designed this entire car, and dude, it looks, and I'll send you a photo, the rendering in the car look identical.
That's because the car looks like a rendering.
Yes.
It's incredible to look at. And these cars have such a presence. You make it wider, you chop the top, you just add to that, right? You're just making it where, you know, you can't ignore this car.
Yeah, I just can't wait to go out and actually drive. There's like 18 miles on it, man.
Yeah,
but like actually go out and drive it, tune it, make it right, get it sent back home to the owner, and let him enjoy it. That's where we're at.
Let's finish off by looking at where he's going to be sitting, and we'll talk a little bit about the interior.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to just overlook that because the car is so in my face that we've been pointing out all that cool stuff, but let's check out the interior of this thing.
We built a full handmade dash, but keeping it like 68 Charger-esque, right?
They do need help in that area.
God, the dashes are so ugly.
Right.
It's Dakota Digital, vintage air, nice little center console, light up center console, stereo, push button start, and just kept it clean. Kept a purple stitch, Alcantara, black leather, and
just nice high-end materials.
Yeah, nice high-end materials.
You have like a pillarless car that you didn't put a high back in, so that's you can see through the car, right?
See through the car.
That's pretty cool. And then
getting rid of the wing window.
Yep.
Right.
Getting rid of the wing window because like that was a kind of a finicky, odd thing. You know, it was like, I don't know, it was just necessary back then.
Spark steering wheel, and I try to keep I know there's no polish right in the interior, but I try to keep it cohesive with the center of the steering wheel and the wheels. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. So and then the seating position. When you body drop a car, sometimes you end up sitting like with your head up in the roof, right?
And this car, dude, I actually I got to make brackets because I sit so low in the car. You know, I'm like, man,
it's already a big car.
Yeah, I need to raise this thing up an inch and a half.
These are massive wheels too.
Yeah, 22s, 22 by 13 in the rear, 20 by 10s in the front.
So you probably didn't even have to mini tub this with how big you made the fenders, or did it still need it?
Yeah, it did, dude. So I did the full mini tub and I widened it, right? And it's got plenty of room for tire under there.
Yeah.
The suspension, plenty of room for suspension in there. Like if you wanted to go to a wider wheel, we could do it.
The Dapper lights we talked about in the back. That's like kind of the finishing touch. I think these Infiniti lights are so sick.
Yeah, the air diffuser. I try to keep the round exhaust with the round tail light.
Yep.
You know, I think this is the most photographed thing at the show is this freaking tail light.
That 68 Charger already has like the sickest looking tail lights, and to make them better is crazy.
Freaking amazing. I mean, the whole back end of the car just came out spectacular. It's violent.
Yeah, it's violent and it's in your face, and it's like they just have different personalities, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you for taking the time.
Thanks, brother.
This thing is incredible. It's got a presence. Everything you do just has a presence. It's got your fingerprint on it. I can always tell when it's something you built.
Yep.
And that's the true mark of an artist, man. So,
man, I greatly appreciate that. You know, and we try, man.
Very cool. Thank you again.
All right, man. Thanks.
Appreciate
Have a good day.
Likewise.
Yep.